Hey Libras, it's Faith. This is gonna be you guys' reading for mid-month November. Okay, this is gender neutral. Okay, so it's for male and female, or if it's for your dog, goldfish, if they have a birthday in Libra, then okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull 3 cards for the current and 3 cards for the future. Okay, so I don't know what the hell is gonna come out because as you guys see, I'm shuffling. I normally don't do this shit, so it's like anxiety 5 million. But anyway, Libra, November 15th to the 30th. 3 cards for the current. Libra, November 15th to the 30th. 3 cards for the current. Libra, November. Okay, there's one. We have the Fool, leaving the baggage behind or leaving somebody behind because you ain't dealing with this shit anymore. Okay, the Libra has his back to something. So you guys are turning your back to something or someone. The Fool also does represent taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. Okay, give me 2 more cards for the current for Libras, November 15th to the 30th. 2 more cards for the current for Libras, November 15th to the 30th. 2 more cards for the Libras, November 15th to 30th for the current. Okay. We have the Sun and we have the Devil. 3 major arcanas. Here we go again with this shit. Okay. Libras. It's not bad. It's really not bad. Okay, you guys got 3 major arcana. So again, you Libras are going through a major shift, a major transformation. So really, I don't even know why the fuck I'm doing this video because this is out of my hands. Okay, but anyway, yes, Libras. So let me act like I got some sense, some home training, okay? So we have the Fool card here, okay? The Fool card can represent Aquarius. Some of you Libras could be possibly turning your back to an Aquarius, or it could possibly be other air sign. It could be another Gemini, or it could possibly be another Libra. But you're leaving your baggage behind. If you can see this knapsack over his shoulder, okay? He's paying no attention to it. It's one of those things that if this knapsack was to fall and roll off of the edge of the cliff, he really wouldn't give 2 shits in the damn bucket. Okay, because it's not that important to him. What's important to him is the new journey that he's about to embark on. It's almost just like getting a windfall of money and you are about to go to the mall. You're so fucking excited because you don't know what the hell you're gonna see, but you're taking a risk even though you know you should probably save your money. But hey, that's you. Okay, I'm just saying. But still, I feel like with the Sun card here being illuminated in front of the Fool's face, he's heading into possibly his destiny. The Fool represents you're starting over with something. And especially with the Sun card being at his back, like I said, some of you Libras could be heading towards your destiny in terms of what you want to do, in terms of possibly a relationship. It doesn't matter. Okay? The Fool sometimes, though, he doesn't think about the consequences before he just jumps off the edge of the cliff. So it's kind of just like, well, who gives a shit if there's a million stakes at the bottom of the damn cliff? I'm going to jump anyway. And if I fall to my doom, I fall to my doom. At least I'm going to have a good time doing it. Okay? That's going to be how some of you guys do. But then we have the Moon at the bottom. So this could possibly represent maybe leaving confusion behind. So maybe you Libras are no longer right now. This is you right now. Right now you're taking a risk. You're taking a leap of faith. You're leaving confusion behind. This could be one of the times where you're just like, wow, I think I really know what I want to do. No, you do know what you want to do. Okay? This hence why you are the Fool. You're heading into the sunlight. You're leaving the moonlight behind. Okay? Clarify the Fool. With the Fool and the Sun card, Libras currently, some of you guys are definitely pregnant. Okay, because this represents the fetus, this represents fertility. Clarify the Fool. Clarify the Fool. Clarify the Fool. By the way, some of you guys are either pregnant by a Leo or a Capricorn. Clarify the Fool. Clarify the Fool. Okay, we have 3 cards. We have the 4 of Wands, we have the Hangman, and we have the Hierophant. Okay, so here's the thing. Let me move these over and let me move this up, and I'll put these down here like this. We'll just layer them like that. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, With the Fool being here, some of you Libras are ready to take a leap of faith and leave a marriage or a home behind, okay? Some of you guys could possibly be married to a Taurus, or some of you guys could possibly be married to an Aquarius or Aries, Leo, Sag, okay? Even if you're not married, it could possibly be a common law thing, okay? I scratch your back, you scratch my back, damn it, we're married, even without the paper, okay? But this normally represents the home. Some of you Libras are possibly about to take a risk and embark on a relationship or a situation, and this could turn into marriage. Now, some of you guys need to be very careful because you could be hopping your ass right into the fire, and somebody could possibly be married to a Pisces. So you need to be mindful of that. Okay. The Hangman represents feeling stuck. The Hangman represents, you know what? I don't want to put any effort or any action into this situation because I just don't know what to do right now. Okay. So in the current, this Fool could possibly represent what you want to do, but maybe you just don't have the balls to do it. Okay. Some of you guys need to leave a home behind. The Hangman here, though, with it being the stuck card in between the Hierophant and the Four of Wands, I feel like that could totally represent somebody being stuck, and somebody's stuck on if they want to be married or not. Or somebody is stuck if somebody wants to marry them or not. And that's how I feel when it comes to with these combinations here. The Hierophant is all about spiritual transformation, so it doesn't have to represent marriage. This could clearly just represent you spiritually transforming, ascending into the next dimension of the universe. Okay. The Hierophant can represent counseling. Okay. Somebody possibly needs to go to counseling because they are a little bit of a psychopath. Okay. But anyway, but this also can represent if you guys are living with somebody, this could totally represent somebody finally deciding to be up for couples counseling. It's like maybe you've been suggesting it for all these years, and then now all of a sudden somebody wants to be involved in couples counseling because maybe they don't want to lose a relationship. The Hangman does represent some of you Libras could possibly be living with somebody. It's almost just like somebody wants to move out, but they really don't. Because the Hangman's kind of just like, I really don't want to do this. So I'm going to try to hang here and buy my time, and maybe they'll forget about it type of thing. Okay. But all in all, I feel like this is a good combination. I feel like the Hangman is like one of those things. If you don't know what to do right now, don't do nothing at all. And if you do that, then the messages or the help that you're looking for, or the advice that you're looking for, will come to you. Okay. Maybe you just don't need to do anything for the rest of the year. Maybe you need to wait till January, because it seems like that would probably be a better time, because zero, we are starting over. So I would say currently, you guys, it's like you know what you want to do, but you realize maybe now it just is not the time. So again, you're going to wait until probably the month of January or next month. Okay. And then we have the Sun card. The Sun card represents the sign of Leo. The Sun card can represent happiness, fertility, joy. If you're in a relationship with somebody, then this person is your destiny, regardless of what you try to do or not. It's almost just like you guys try to break up, and there is possibly a magnetic pull. Okay, for some reason you can't figure it out. It could possibly be the sex, not even gonna lie. But hey, but this almost just like somebody possibly wants to take a leap of faith right now out of a relationship, but boom, this happens. Somebody winds up pregnant. Again, possibly for some of you Libras. And this probably is going to end up where you guys are going to solidify this relationship through somebody's pregnancy. Possibly. Doesn't have to be pregnancy. It can literally just represent a new project. Okay. Something new. It doesn't have to be, you guys having kids. Okay. Just saying. But the Sun is a good card. The Sun is happiness, joy, new vitality. So this is a new beginning, giving you a chance to start over currently. You get to start over either with yourself, or you get to start over in this situation that you're dealing with. Okay? Somebody could possibly be involved in the military, mental health with this Hangman here. The Four of Wands can represent marriage planning, event planning. Okay? Clarify the Sun. Clarify the Sun. Clarify the Sun. Clarify the Sun card. The High Priestess. High Priestess can represent the sign of Pisces or possibly represent the sign of Cancer. Okay, now the High Priestess does represent needing to trust your intuition. So it seems like your intuition has possibly been trying to send you messages, maybe for even the last 2 weeks or 2 months. It could be by synchronicities. It could possibly be by dreams or even meditation. Because looking at this hangman, I actually see meditation. So it may not be a bad thing if you Libras decide to meditate, because maybe that will make things more clear. Okay, the High Priestess is in touch with the dark side and the light side of the moon, but sometimes the dark side of the moon works against her. Okay, the High Priestess also could possibly represent secrets. Okay, somebody could secretively want a Leo. Okay, and somebody could secretively want to leave possibly a Pisces behind, or somebody wants to leave a Leo behind for a Pisces. Okay, you're thinking about it. You're really thinking about it. Like it's grinding your gears. Okay, but the High Priestess says you need to trust your intuition, because you definitely can have a good connection with somebody. This person could be somebody who you guys just act like kids again, or this person could possibly have kids outside you guys' relationship. Okay, clarify the sun. Clarify the sun. Oh, clarify the sun card. And we have the moon. Yeah. 2 cards representing secrets, 2 cards representing trusting your intuition. So it seems like somebody could actually be secretively getting to know someone, but the moon card can also actually represent facing your fears. Okay, some of you Libras are possibly afraid of this connection right here. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, so it's like through your fear. Now, some of you guys could possibly be dealing with the Cancer, which I already said before. Okay, but again, like I said, the moon does represent kind of like coming out of your shell. So it could possibly represent some of you Libras currently are just waiting for somebody to open up more in terms of how they feel. Because the sun could be about feelings too, because that's the connection that you have with somebody. Okay, it also could be some of you Libras waiting for somebody to open up and just, have more fun. Stop being a damn stick in the mud. You're just like, woo, spending time with you is like going to a funeral, child. I can't do it. Okay, just saying. There is, what I feel like it is? I feel like for you Libras, it's almost just like you know what you want to do right now, but it's the fear of the unknown. You don't know how the situation is going to end. So because of that, you're holding back, possibly with the moon and the High Priestess. Okay, but there definitely seems like that the universe is trying to deliver you some type of message, and maybe the message is that this person that you just want to leave oh so bad, maybe this person really is the one, but you ain't trying to hear it because you are so focused on the now that maybe you're unable to think past that. Okay, clarify the sun. Clarify the sun. Clarify the sun. Yeah, you Libras want to walk away, likely from a water sign. Clarify the sun. Clarify. Okay, yeah, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, the Knight of Swords can represent an on and off situation. The Knight of Swords can represent possibly bad communication. The Knight of Swords can represent you possibly being mentally drained, okay, just from this situation. The Knight of Swords is somebody who runs away whenever problems get tough. Again, that's what I was saying before. It's almost just like you keep trying to leave a situation, but for some reason, it's a magnetic pull that pulls you back in. But then we have the Five of Pentacles. It represents, a fear of going without. This could represent money issues, okay? Some of you Libras could possibly be scrounging for cash. I actually feel like some of you Libras are afraid that you may not be able to have enough money to take care of your bills currently in the present. But I feel like the Sun card there with the High Priestess and the Moon could represent that, well, with the Sun and the High Priestess, that could totally represent a sense of you needing to trust within your intuition that the universe is going to protect you and the universe is going to make a way if it's really meant for you. And it could be the same thing in a relationship. The universe is going to make a way if it's really meant for you. Okay, Knight of Swords, but the Knight of Swords also in the Five of Pentacles can represent some of you Libras being tired of being left out in the cold, or you Libras are constantly leaving somebody out in the cold because you are afraid of this connection. You feel like that you feel like that the solution is to run away, or somebody's doing this to you. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, which I was saying over there. Okay, but I feel like the Sun card there is pretty much saying that your fears are you can't run away from everything just because you're not getting what you want. Okay, that's what I feel like the message is on that one. And then we have the Devil. The devil represents the sign of Capricorn. The devil can represent sex. It can represent addictions. The devil can represent possibly drinking or smoking addiction. The devil can be a double-edged sword, okay? The devil can be really good or the devil can be really bad, okay? The devil is one of those things where, well, on the Rider-Waite is in the Rider-Waite deck with the devil actually is depicted where there are people with chains around their neck. However, the chains are loose, so they can get out of this. They can get out of this prison if they would just pay attention. So this could probably represent you Libras are self-sabotaging yourself. It's almost like you self-sabotage. You're also your own worst enemy, and you do that so bad to the point where you're going to talk yourself out of success. Okay. The devil can also represent possibly some of you Libras can end up having sex with the Leo or Capricorn, and that can end you, becoming pregnant. So be careful if that's not really who you want to procreate with. Okay, clarify the devil. Clarify the devil. Clarify the devil. Clarify the devil. Whoa, too many cards. Clarify the devil. Clarify the devil. Okay, we have the Page of Swords and we have the Eight of Swords. So it does look like somebody is dealing currently with some mental issues, very likely depression, but I feel like it's one of those things where you're suffering from depression because you're so damn hard on yourself. The Page of Swords represents negative. You have too many negative thoughts in your mind. The Page of Swords can also represent somebody's attitude just really keeps someone from wanting to be in a relationship with them. However, some of you Libras could be taking a leap of faith currently right now, and you could be involved in therapy. Maybe that is why you're going to start feeling better about yourself. Or that could actually end up being the silver lining to getting your relationship back on track, or that will put you into this new relationship that will come in. But I feel like it's going to be next year or the end of December. Okay. The Eight of Swords, again, is a card of being your own worst enemy. Okay. The Eight of Swords represents overthinking. Some of you Libras could possibly have Capricorn in your chart, or you could have double air. Okay. But the Page of Swords, negative Nancy Page. The Page of Swords could possibly deliver news that I would say if you Libras don't want your business to get told in terms of you possibly going to sleep with somebody else, then you better move in silence because somebody could possibly snitch on you. Okay. Or some of you Libras currently will be getting a message from somebody that you may not want to hear. Two of Swords about a soulmate partner that you're dealing with. But I really feel like this represents some of you Libras are definitely dealing with a soulmate without a doubt, because we got the Four of Wands and we got the Sun card, which represents your destiny. However, it's one of those things where some of you Libras may end up currently, some of you guys feel like you're going to end up alone, but I feel like that's only because you're not getting a handle on this mental health issue. Some of you guys have mental health issues. Some of you guys go through serious bouts of depression, or possibly could be bipolar, could be personality disorders. The Two of Swords does represent a sense of you trying to pretend like there isn't a problem. So some of you Libras are trying to pretend like your attitude is just not fucking terrible, and it really is. It's scary sometimes, I feel like. The Page of Swords can represent kids. So it can represent this immature part of you that possibly some of you guys as parents did a good job hiding when you were younger. Maybe they involved you in sports heavy, or in writing or singing or whatever it was. And then when you became adult, you didn't have access to that anymore. So now your attitude is peaking. Or some of you Libras, currently you're dealing with the soulmate person who is pushing you to find out who you truly are as a person, and is bringing up all this inner trauma. Okay, you probably don't want to hear this, but I feel like some of you Libras, growing up, were possibly involved maybe in a sexual assault situation. Maybe a lot of people don't know this about you. Okay, and it's one of these things that's been hidden for so long, and that's why I feel like here you need to go to therapy. You probably don't want to go to therapy, but take your ass to therapy. And that's why I feel like this situation is out of your control, because you Libras keep trying to handle it on your own, and this is beyond repair within yourself. You literally need somebody to assist you on this journey, and it doesn't make you a bad person. And maybe that's why the moon card and the high priestess is here as well. You're afraid to face your fear, to possibly do this, to seek out help. Sometimes when the moon pops up, it's like you're afraid to ask for help. And that's why I feel like it is. But you need help on this attitude situation. You need an attitude adjustment. Okay. And I feel like it's always been there. But again, parents, friends have suppressed it. They probably, and some of you Libras, let's be honest here, some of you Libras have an attitude issue because you don't get what the hell you want. And it's almost just like, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum. I'm going to piss in my diaper until you change it and give me what I want. Just saying. So again, the Two of Swords, pretending like there ain't a problem, but you know there's a problem, especially with the Eight of Swords there. You know that mentally you're unstable. Is that a bad thing? Again, no. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human as hell, okay? Just saying. Five of Cups. Like I said, some type of trauma, some type of emotional trauma that you Libras went through as a child, okay? And is being brought back up. Some of you guys never talked about this. Some of you guys, the person who's responsible for this never had any punishment. So it's almost in a sense you punished yourself. You're punishing yourself right now. Okay, I know it's a little bit deep for you Libras, but shit, fuck it and listen, okay? Just saying. So Libras, that is current, okay? And also the Five of Cups is one of those cards where it's hard for you to emotionally let go of stuff. You hang on to the hurt that people cause you over years and years and years, and then when you get in a relationship, it all comes out in the relationship, and it's just not good. Okay, that was the present. Let's look at the future. I know that was long. Okay. The future, the Four of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Hermit card, okay? So this could represent in you Libra's future, you guys could be meeting a Virgo, unless you have Virgo in your chart. The Four of Swords represents moving on, laying your burdens to rest, okay? The Four of Swords can represent need to take a vacation. Some of you Libras in the future will be taking a vacation. Now in the future, we're probably talking about 4 months from now, okay? Now it could be to the mountains. Possibly you guys are going to decide to go to California. Could possibly be spring break, because I know that's like April. So 4 months from now, that's like March, April pretty much. So some of you guys will be taking a much, much needed vacation. Okay. Some of you guys are worried if you're going to have the money to take that vacation, but I feel like you will. Clarify the Four of Swords. I told you the Chariot. This also can represent a house move within 4 to 7 months for you Libras. The Chariot can represent the sign of Cancer. The Chariot represents, getting in control of your emotions. So I feel like over the next 4 months, you Libras will be able to get in control of your emotions. But I feel like, again, you need help. I don't feel like you're able to do this on your own anymore. You've tried and you failed miserably. Okay. The Chariot. The Chariot can't, by the way, if we're talking about career, the Chariot can represent careers involving travel. It could be flight attendant. It could be jobs working at the airport. It could be possibly HR. It could be quality control. Okay. It can be air traffic control, whatever. It could be anything dealing with the vehicle. Some of you Libras are going to get a new car in 4 to 7 months, or at least before summer. Good for you. Okay. But again, the Chariot is all about getting in control. The Chariot, even though it's like what is it? What the hell is that thing? Oh, I guess it's a buggy. Even though it's like a buggy, I guess like that, and the ride can be bumpy. It's up to the driver to get in control of the vehicle to get it back on smooth terrain. And I feel like you'll be able to do that, okay? Some of you Libras just need a change of scenery, period, because maybe you feel like where you're at, there is no support. I get it, okay? Clarify the Four of Swords. Clarify the Four of Swords. Clarify the Four of Swords. Yeah, the world. The world can represent some of you Libras actually may end up moving to a different country. Good for you. Or you guys want to move to a different country. But if you want to, I feel like you will have the power to do so. Okay, now this may take up to 2 years. Okay, let's be frank here. Some of you guys may do it in a shorter amount of time than that. So you're looking at 21 months, 11 months, 7 months. It doesn't matter. But like I said, some of you guys could totally move overseas to a different country. Some of you guys possibly want to move to Europe, okay? The world can actually represent some of you Libras could be meeting somebody new online who is from a different country. And you could be taking a trip over there to visit them in the springtime, from what I see here. But again, I feel like this represents world travel. So I feel like, again, you Libras are taking a trip somewhere, but it won't be till next year. We have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles represents, he has the Midas touch, okay? The King of Pentacles, he is he's financially stable. He is the top of his game in the career field that he has chosen. The King of Pentacles, though, can be a little bit of an ass. Let's be clear here. So don't turn into this person in the future, even though you guys will likely have the financial backing that you're looking for. Okay, or this could be the person that you Libras will be dealing with, a King of Pentacles type person. Sometimes the King of Pentacles is somebody who feels like his shit don't stink and feel like he don't have to take accountability for the shit that he does. Sometimes the King of Pentacles, I feel like, tries to buy your love. This could be a Capricorn, actually. Some of you Libras will end up meeting a Capricorn. I just noticed that because I was looking at Capricorn, or even possibly a Sagittarius, even though I know this has nothing to do with Sagittarius. If you look at this like goat, half man, that's a centaur, so that would be a Sagittarius, by the way. Clarify the King of Pentacles. Clarify the King of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Lovers and we have the Four of Pentacles. So this represents finding your true love. The Four of Pentacles can represent you. The Four of Pentacles, 2 fours here represent stability. So I feel like this is actually somebody who you Libras have likely already been holding on to for the last 4 years. Thank God they didn't leave you, because you are a tough one, okay? The Lovers, though, does represent the sign of Gemini. So some of you guys, it could possibly be a Gemini. The Four of Pentacles with the Lovers, I feel like represents that this is a relationship that you want to hold on to in the future. Okay, I see you dealing with this person for at least 4 years. It could be longer than that, because there is a connection there, regardless of how you guys try to deny it. And we have the Justice card. The Justice card represents things working out in your favor, regardless if you guys form a relationship or you don't. Okay. Now, the Justice card represents also looking at somebody in a different light. Okay, so this could possibly represent in the future that there is somebody who's always loved you, who's always been there for you, who's always made sure you're taken care of. Especially with this Four of Pentacles, I feel like this can signify with this King of Pentacles that this is somebody who tries to support you in the best way that you can, even if you guys aren't together. It's almost just like, whatever you need, you can call on me type of thing. Okay, the Four of Pentacles represents this person here is somebody who definitely likes to save. Okay, so if they don't have to spend the money and somebody else offers to pay, they're going to do it. Doesn't mean that they're trying to be a cheapskate. Well, of course they're being a cheapskate. It doesn't mean that they ain't shit or something like that. This is just how they are. Okay, they're like a penny pincher. You guys seen the show Extreme Couponers? That's what I feel like it is. This person could be an extreme couponer. Okay. This also could be somebody who is involved in technology, government. The Lovers represents working in pairs, but it also represents your passion. So in the future, I do feel like you Libras will be following your passion and you will end up being at the top of your game. Okay. And this is something possibly that you've been holding on to for the last 11 years, 6 years, 17 years. maybe even 21 years. For some reason, I get 21. Yeah, well, I be damned. There's so that makes sense. Okay, so the justice represents that you're going to get the outcome that you want as long as you keep hanging on to your passion. Some of you guys, it could be music, it could be, I don't know, accounting, publishing. Some of you guys possibly want to be an author, could be poetry. The world here does represent books, writing, um possibly movie, acting, entertainment. And then we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card represents you focusing on the past. The Hermit card represents you being in solitude. So the Hermit card, this is you in the future. For some reason, you Libras have a hard time not secluding yourself, okay? The Judgment, your true calling in life. Some of you Libras, your true calling in life is possibly dealing with something spiritual. The Hermit is the teacher, okay? Oh God, I'm talking my ass off. Like I said, the Hermit is the teacher, okay? The Hermit could possibly be a healer. So some of you guys, your true calling in life they'll very possibly be a healer, okay? I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. Now, the Judgment does represent, it's like getting the call from above, from your angels. Your angels are just like, look, this is what you're supposed to be doing. But some of you Libras with this Hermit card here, I feel like that represents a sense of you still second guessing if this is really your true calling. Like, what the hell else do you want? You want somebody to beat you with the ugly stick? I don't know. Okay, clarify the Hermit. Clarify the Hermit. Clarify the Hermit. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Magician. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So look here, Libras. In the future, you guys are still going to be stuck on heartbreak. And this could possibly represent a sense of you guys being stuck on heartbreak because you guys are just simply, afraid, I would say, to get your heart broken. The Magician can represent the right one for you. So the right one for you, Libras, does look like it's an earth sign person towards Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Sagittarius. Okay, but it's a sense of you being afraid of getting your heart broken because you know the type of person who you manifested. This is a good person. Some of you Libras in the future will possibly be afraid that this person will end up leaving you for somebody else because maybe you've been pretty shitty towards them. I don't really feel like that is the case because I feel like that they have no problem with being patient with you, but it's a simple fact that they hate the fact that you just cannot get out of your own head. They hate the fact that you cannot let go of past hurt. But the Judgment is all about inner healing, working on yourself. So you Libras still have a long way to go, just even with yourself, but I feel like you will get there if you stop Some of you Libras, if you think it's another air sign person that's the right one for you, I don't think so. Okay, an air sign sun. They could possibly have air in their moon or rising, but another air sign sun, I just don't think that's going to work. But that's up to you. So, definitely a Sagittarius. Okay, so Libras, this has been your reading. I hope it resonated and talk to you later.